Charlie, no, you can't do this every time. Oh, never mind. This is Survivor, folks. Previously on Survivor's Strange Worlds, Janae exposes Darwin's legacy advantage while Julian, Wolf Charlie, and Adam form the season's first alliance. Wes and Raya got into a heated fight while Heather becomes the it girl of her tribe. Castaways had to walk on fire for immunity, and Wes's need to preserve his feet cost Sovaja the challenge. Wes tried to rally up the guys against the girls, while Raya and Noemi nurtured the teens and put aside their differences. At Tribal, Charlie sided with the girls and sent Wes packing. 19 are left. Who will be voted out next? Welcome back to the show, my fine friends! The Sovaja tribe returns to camp after they just voted out their tribe captain, Wes. Nobody seems to mind too much. Kel and George were on the wrong side of the vote, so they have some damage control to do. Or maybe it can wait. Seems like Kel's just cringing it up right now.
Lamena, Jasapa Friv, Bologna Fogan, Amiva. Unkim Panipa Spoid, Fineum.
And it's pretty late, so they will address all that jazz tomorrow. Night night. Not gremlins breaking my lot, hello? Well, the castaways will wake up to a lovely surprise tomorrow. The last tribe captain, Daphne, wakes up to the mess and eyes a very happy Kimber. She then happily talks to Athos. You know what? You may be onto something about these aliens.
Hey? Crumbo Noosh, Kalona Mog. Lunkez, Yakana, Namiladu.
Heather is quite unhappy hearing all this. Y'all are shady AF. Try saying things to people's faces for a change, Kimber hasn't been listening to all that drama though. She's busy getting to know Amia a little better. Oh, and Amia's getting a little flirty. Too bad Kimber is unflirty. Awkward. Oh, and she starts throwing out excuses like, you sure you want these alien body parts?
Freba from Umuf Kempel Varuda Nuloi Sawata.
At least they fart in sync. Ooh, Heather is not happy with Athos at all and calls him out. No, Heather, I'm not apologizing to an alien that clearly broke everything. Oh my god, the elderly brawl, please.
Oh, boy. Indeedy.
Daphne also defends Athos by calling out Heather. This is heated. Oh, Kimber, she has no clue what's going on, but she's just hoping everyone gets along. She seats everyone down at the dinner table like a dysfunctional family to talk it out. Daphne's not really feeling it. Daphne. Oh, Daphne. Oh, she's falling to the tribe captain curse. Oh my god.
Darkini. Loopy. Umev. Ibana. Schwaby. Yumbala.
Oh, Kimber, I I don't think that's the best way to go about this. Sibana tries to keep things calm by offering some jokes, but it doesn't go over very well. Oh please, not the dreaded thumbs down. You are uncool now, Kimber. Oh, wait, Amia's also catching strays now, what? Damn, I bet Siba and Amia regret joining this conversation now. They break away for a hug. This is a pretty good time to put aside their differences from the past episodes.
West Brainham. Das Mikos Karenzi. Funchil Bratsa. Spapam. Dimis. Warma. Boma. Benu Jirabao. Brihe Vilpa.
Why is Amiya getting a thumbs down now? For being friends with Siba? I don't think she did anything wrong, so wrong place, wrong time? Oh my god, not you too, Atos. Atos, please. Time for Amiya and Siba to hash out some backup plans if they go to Tribal. They got lucky so far.
Vilpa, Befite, Anna Diola. Snaby Gobi, Zerf, Bempi Yorid, Janib Shrofa, Seneca.
Still, Amiya's trying to cover her bases now that her tribe mates have simmered down a little bit. In case you wonder where Basil has been throughout all this, my guy has just been minding his own business all day. Not a terrible call, honestly. On Sovaja... Nomi's up and working hard, yay! I guess everyone else is still asleep, huh? Well, we appreciate your hard work, Noemi. On to Efika then. Janae kicks off the morning by having a civil conversation with Emily. Emily's also oddly nice today. Besides the bugs, these goddamn bed bugs. Oh, wow, look at her putting the work to make the tribe habitable. Oh, Charlie, you good? You look a little... Charlie, please! No, not again! Emily's fixing the toilet like right now. Everyone's like, what the hell is wrong with this woman? Ma'am, I don't think she can hear me right now. Also, ew, not the stanky puddle again. Oh, well, here we go. Julian is instantly panicking. Oh my god, Charlie's wolfing out. Wow, she's wearing the same clothes, just a little furrier. Julian, why are you... Not him actually blaming the werewolf for discomfort. Sir, I think she's a little past the point of listening right now.
Yabiba, Jamul, Bespagane, Wabarani, Ganuik Saflan, Sabe, Domadan.
Oh my gosh, no! She's scaring poor Darwin! Darwin, no! Don't make fun of Charlie! You got something to say about me, Darwin? Oh god. Yeah, this tribe just got cranked up to an 11.
Kelka. Benoi, Dufka.
Oh, well that was fast. She's already changing back! Yay! Look everybody, good as new. Just a little episode is all. Yeah, they're still terrified. Emily instantly jumps on the opportunity to separate this alliance. Do you really want a werewolf as an ally, Julian? Y'all didn't need to fight about it?
Awu Vines Affis, Yanabi Stulain, Femti Swibik, Skisna Plushi, Bimasa.
Maybe, Bene, Vinivis. Plavar Samso,
Quinka Blesh.
They really broke up as fast as they got together, huh? Janae's enjoying the show, though. And what are you looking at, huh? Get that nose out of everyone's business for 2 seconds. Oh, Janae hates it here. Oh, Charlie's paranoid now? I mean, I guess. Oh, Adam too? This tribe is really spiraling. I didn't think a literal fight would get them all so scared, but here we are.
Boora Sepine. Borla Boora Sebura. Ha! Sharba Karu Isoy. Chobaba Okaru.
Does this tribe ever chill? Efika's a whole new level on Survivor. Everyone's finally up on Sovaja! Noemi kicks off the morning by yelling at all the children for letting her do the hard work, fixing up the sinks and the showers and all that. And even the adults aren't immune from her wrath. Try being useful for 5 minutes, Kale, and not in the form of stupid sim talk dances. I don't think he understands what that means.
Kempel Veruda, Nuloi Sawata, Shabi Buli Galan.
Teenage Charlie tries to get Noemi to loosen up a little bit, but Noemi is not having that. You are not about to defend this adult who dabs at the hint of success, Charlie. Oh, is she itchy? Oh, she got attacked by some spiders earlier. That's why she's so cranky. Raya continues to keep the teens close to her. These three definitely have some sort of alliance together, but I definitely forgot to make one while playing through, so drop your alliance name ideas if you have any.
Kitsune.
Oh my, they are really trying to get Noemi to have some fun, but she's just getting more and more annoyed with each passing hour.
Viva Deso. Viva Deso Yerno Varo. Sparfelden Goya.
Well, maybe tomorrow will be a better day to convince Noemi of that. Night-night, castaways. Immunity challenge tomorrow evening. George starts off the morning with, well, some jokes and gets Noemi cackling. Kale gets mad though, like, wow, his jokes are fire? Oh, Lynn, not the Sky Lantern again! Kale! Oh my god, even Noemi's shocked. I've never seen Kale get angry.
Risalek, Zambizi Kubar. Kubar! Wafatub Fibose. Chul.
Ah well, time for another immunity challenge. And you can make it out the door now. Petolo, Efika getting a first look at the new Sovaja tribe. West voted out at the last tribal council. And I sense Daphne's quaking in her boots right now.
Lunkaz, Yakana, Namiladu, Hina Ziffel, Zerpo Noosh.
Alright, I bet you're aching to know your challenge today that's got you all seated, Ladies and gents, we're bringing back childhood today. We're playing marbles. Yep, your task is simple. Each tribe will send out one representative to play marbles against the others. If you win the match, you earn a little yarn ball as a point. The first tribe to 3 points will win immunity and guarantee their safety at tribal council. And yes, you heard me right. Only one tribe is winning today, which means 2 of you lot will have a date with me at tribal council tomorrow night. This is a double elimination, y'all. The stakes are higher than ever, so don't lose your marbles. Petolo, since you have 1 extra member, you'll be sitting somebody out. I'll give you all a moment to strategize, and we shall begin. Alright, seems like Petolo sits out Daphne. She wants none of the blame today if their tribe loses. And if we're all ready, please send out your first representatives. Okay, it's Charlie versus Basil versus Darwin. Let's play some marbles. Does anyone know how to do this?
Oh.
Well, Charlie has no clue. Yeah, that's a miss. Oh, Darwin knocked some marbles out. That's good, right? Basil fails to knock a marble out and sulks. If these adults don't stop contemplating life or being paranoid, I swear. Oh, Basil's got the hang of it now. Oh, Charlie's getting very excited.
Huh?
And scores nothing. Charlie, please. Darwin scores another marble and another. He's on a roll. We're getting down to the wire now. What's this confetti? Yay for Basil. Oh, we're done. And Darwin wins that first round. Efika scores their first point and we're moving to round 2. It's Adam versus Raya versus Athos. Let's begin. Adam starts on a great note for Efika. Oh, and Athos gets a good one too. Please, their little dancers are so cute. He needs to pee now. It can wait, Athos. Athos, wait! He can't join the game again, so I'm gonna count that as a forfeit. Yeah, Adam is killing it at this game right now. Raya also gets a good one at the end, but it is not enough. Adam wins round 2. Efika leads with 2 points and only needs 1 more to win immunity. It's all on Charlie's shoulders now. She's facing off against Kimber and George today. Oh my god, George is side-eyeing her so hard. And she crumbles under the pressure. That's a miss.
Hibine, Glennock, kiss him. Oh, Funiata, John Joe Zanessa, Bahira.
Kimber has been playing steadily, but the game goes to George after he scores a bunch of quick rounds. So Vaja is on the roster now with a point, but Efika still has a chance to win this. Oh, it's a battle of the oldies. Heather, Noemi, and Janae. Play. Prom? Ain't nobody got time for prom, please. Oh, Noemi gets a hit. Great start. Oh, Janae gets it on the border, but it's not quite enough. Okay, y'all are rude. You're supposed to support her. Oh my god. Heather, not again. These elderly can't hold their bladder very well, I guess. Well, Noemi wins the round easily. These people are barely competition.
Fama, Flume, Apala Chaba, Bristlet Kumbar, Hardu Skinsa Plosh.
Sovaja and Afika are now tied for the win. It's Julian taking on Kale. Oh, and Amia is here too. Just kidding. Ooh, Kale starts off with an amazing shot. He's excited as always. Amia also puts up a fight. Kale goes and misses. Atos, not the sabotage. Sit still. Oh my god. Amia is really focused on the task. She's ready to pull through for her tribe. Julian is busy flopping, as usual. And he pouts. Amia's ready to go for the kill. And scores! Amia wins this round, clutching it up for Patolo here. Patolo is coming from behind now. We'll see if Siba can beat Lynn and Emily to tie it up. Emily, meanwhile, is going for the win, but not doing so well. Lynn focuses and knocks some marbles out with ease. Ooh, Siba's not backing down either. Let's go. Try as Emily might, she is not getting this game. Well, Lynn is showing you how it's done. And Siba misses that time. That gives way for Lynn to win Sovaja their third and final point. Oh, not the battle cry, please.
Viva Deso. Viva Deso Yerno Varo.
With 3 points, Sovaja officially wins immunity. No tribal council for you guys tomorrow. Oh, and as a reward, you also win clean pool water and a diving platform. Hopefully that makes camp a little more fun. Patolo, you've lost your first challenge, and since you have less points than Afika, you will be going to tribal council first tomorrow night. Take the day off to discuss who your vote will be, and I will see you then. Afika! That was such a close call, but you also lost the challenge, so you will go to tribal after Patolo tomorrow night. You've done this before, so you know the drill. Good luck, guys!
Zoibarina, Shrieg, Shrieg, Vladam Nashor, Luchi.
Afika returns to camp disheartened by another loss. But it's also like 11 PM, so the castaways are just having a quick bite and heading to bed. Charlie wakes up the next morning and is immediately attacked by spiders. Poor girl, she can't catch a break today. Adam reaches out to Julian to talk about the vote. If they all stick together and let the other side fight it out, they're golden.
Scoomba Chew, Prepna Pelzo. Jabin, Nobi Yurmta, Simabe.
Charlie is pretty relieved that she has these two guys in her corner. Definitely helps her worry less about her challenge failures. She's still putting in some extra work with Adam though, since they're both paranoid now. Oop, and Janae steps in to yell at Adam. Just part of the daily routine. Well, his decision on who to vote tonight just became abundantly clear.
Kempel Varuda. Nuloi Sawata.
Sibawum Florib, West Brainham.
Oh, Emily's moving to talk game with Darwin? This is kind of unusual for her, not gonna lie.
Sapivdo Hebene, Floopy Aspa.
O'Neill, Stevie Bork, Kobo.
Janae is not very enthusiastic about the idea, of course. And that's when Darwin steps in. Come on, we should join forces for just one tribal. Janae's like, no, have you seen this woman play?
Oh, para.
Emily's not giving up though. You see those three laughing and having fun over there? We can't let them have their way. Especially smug little Adam, right?
Jord Shalbo. Barlene.
Sibler.
Seneca Fenabe, Hispala Grenina.
Oh wow, they're on hugging terms already? I guess that ship has sailed. Janae's like, no alliances until we see her vote this tribal. Emily still goes the extra mile to try and irk a paranoid Charlie. And, that's her retaliation. Way to scare them away, Charlie.
Fala Fredoy. Kempel Varuda. Nuloi Sawata. Dimis Somas. Unka Blashu. Oh, Yashuna. May boof.
before we tune to Tribal, let's visit the Petolo tribe for a second. Daphne is so pissed off about the challenge that she actually tries fishing. She's not very successful, that's for sure. Meanwhile, Kimber tries to talk to Siba. These two have had a rough patch since the first day, and now is the most crucial time to mend it.
Befete, Pelka. Usanet Zarspa. Wutsani.
Planide Veruda, Quofi, Dopki Pefin, Glibonkusha, Befala Ferdoy.
Oh damn, the girls are beefing! Well, politely, I guess. Hopefully they can talk things out. She then moves on to talk to Athos and Amiya now. It's time for some damage control. Up, Kimber, please! What was that? Oh, shared dizziness from empathizing with others? Oh, because Athos is dazed from being Athos. Well, they can be confused buddies together, I guess.
Suzo Yabahorn. Kelka Dosp Tibu.
Well, I'm glad this shared dizziness is helping them understand each other. Siba speaks to Heather now about how hurt she was by the comments yesterday. All she wants is to get along with everybody, okay? And Heather accepts some responsibility. At least Siba is genuine about that. Amiya sets a plan in motion. It's Kimber, alright? She was rude to you, me, and she broke that you and I fixed. It's settled.
Brody Maruthe, Blinzel Phoebe, Glibonkusha, Befala Ferdoy.
Ooh, but Daphne relays this information to the others. Is this some secret alliance that I didn't get the memo of? I mean, they all fought yesterday, so who knows what they are today. It's The Sims, you know.
If Yoba, Minor now Dean, Kwambu, Varika Wusa, Mushka Sabefa, Wisub, Lornum.
Heather doesn't trust Daphne at all, but recognizes that she probably has some power from being tribe captain at all, so let's just draw out a name for her and see what she does.
Quexi. Quexi? Vobana Gajor. Quexo. Ricky Chibs. Ricky. Vanarla. Sneba.
Amiya continues to assure Daphne that she's got the votes. Look, we both slay in challenges, and we cannot let those old people bully us. Daphne sees some of the logic, but she is still very unsure, of course. Well, these three really set their differences aside fast. They went from yelling at each other to chilling in the pool together. Amiya and Siba have also locked in their votes, and they're ready for Tribal. All that remains is Basil now, the man that doesn't talk game until the very last minute. So here he is.
Wafatab, Muchipichi, Mastishkopina. Oh, shit.
Yes, you are, Basil. It's time for Tribal Council. Let's make our way downtown, peeps. Welcome to Tribal Council, Patolo. Please have a seat. This season, you have orb torches to represent your life in this game. If your orb is extinguished, so are you. Of course, Basil is fashionably late as usual. Well, Patolo, your first Tribal Council where you will vote out one of your own. When I give the go, you will head to the mystical parchment and write down the name of the person you wish to eliminate. If we're ready, let's get to it. Daphne, you're up first. Thanks for voting, peeps! If anybody has an advantage or an idol and you would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Alright, I will now read the vote. First vote, Siba. No, the vote's not Siba. Siba! You can't leave Tribal to pee, sit down! Okay, as I was saying, first vote, Amiya. That's one vote Amiya. Kimber. That's one vote Amiya, one vote Kimber. Amiya, that's 2 votes Amiya, 1 vote Kimber. Kimber, we're tied. 2 votes Amiya, 2 votes Kimber. Siba, 2 votes Amiya, 2 votes Kimber, 1 vote Siba. Siba again, we're tied. 2 votes Amiya, 2 votes Kimber, 2 votes Siba. Amiya, that's 3 votes Amiya, 2 votes Kimber, 2 votes Siba, 1 vote left. third person voted out of Survivor Strange Worlds, Amia. That's 4 votes, that's enough. Please bring me your torch. Oh, Amia, is it so hard to want to recruit to do well? She was so robbed. I mean, I think she got voted out just because she was caught in the crossfires of like some other fight. I definitely would have liked to see more of her, but maybe some other time. Amia, you are a shining star, but sadly, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go. Oh, she is in a hurry.
Corbiff, Dabiwu, Plonite Skooma, Dobao, Saba, Fanirsh, Snaby Gobi, Zerf, Abshani, Binaroo, Blafrabla.
Well, first clear-cut tribal we've had so far. Please accept that as a compliment. Though I think judging by some of your faces, that's a blindside one way or another. I'll let y'all hash it out back at camp. Grab your torches, head back, and have a good night, Patolo. I'm showing you Patolo's votes now since we have another tribal to get to, but yay, a clear-cut vote! Though losing any of these 3 ladies would suck, so like, it's a lose-lose situation. I do feel terrible for Amia though. She hasn't done anything terribly wrong until this episode, I guess, but it's not even really her fault. Oh well, bad luck is a big part of Survivor, I guess. She definitely tried, and I will miss her dearly. Well, on to the next. Welcome to Tribal Council again, Afika! First tribal to attend Tribal Council twice this season, huh? Well, y'all know the drill, so let's get to voting. Julian, you're up first tonight. Alright, if anybody has an advantage or an idol and you would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Okay, I will now read the vote. First vote, Janae, that's 1 vote Janae. Charlie, that's 1 vote Janae, 1 vote Charlie. Janae, that's 2 votes Janae, 1 vote Charlie. Charlie, we're tied, 2 votes Janae, 2 votes Charlie. Janae, that's 3 votes Janae, 2 votes Charlie, 1 vote left. Charlie, 3 votes Janae, 3 votes Charlie, we have a tie. Again, nothing is easy with all of you, huh? I kid. We will now enter a revote though. Charlie and Janae, you two will not vote. The remaining 4 of you will vote for one of Charlie or Janae. Darwin, you're up. I will now read the vote. First vote, Janae. That's 1 vote Janae. Charlie, we're tied. 1 vote Janae, 1 vote Charlie. Janae, that's 2 votes Janae, 1 vote Charlie. 1 vote left. Charlie, we have a deadlocked vote. Right, here's what we're gonna do. There will now be a consensus discussion. Emily, Adam, Darwin, and Julian, you will now discuss or argue with one another to reach a consensus to vote out Janae or Charlie. If you do not reach a consensus, you will enter a rock draw, where Charlie and Janae will be immune and one of the 4 of you will be eliminated instead. I've randomly decided your pairings, so begin your arguments. Oh, Emily wastes no time calling out Julian. And Adam is charged to argue with Darwin. Darwin has voted for Adam before, so there's definitely some animosity already there. Please, this is so heated. Charlie's just sitting there silently like, smile and wave, smile and wave. Janae is just watching like, I love to see y'all fighting for me. Yes, bring out those argumentative skills, people. Ooh, looks like Darwin and Adam are done. No-win scenario from Darwin and Adam both. Oh, they're counting on Emily and Julian now. Whoever wins that argument may just have their way tonight. Oh, please, not Julian crying. Moment of truth. It's also a no-win scenario. Well, since a consensus is not reached, given nobody can win an argument, Charlie and Janae are now safe. Congrats, ladies! Now, Emily, Adam, Darwin, and Julian, you will now draw rocks from an invisible bag. If you get the white rock, you are safe. If you get the purple rock, your game officially comes to an end. The rocks are in your inventory now, so reveal! Wow, Adam has drawn the purple rock and he is smacking the out of it. Like he should, honestly. Alright, you can put those rocks down now, people. Okay, anyway, Adam, you have drawn the purple rock, which means you are eliminated from the game. Please bring me your torch. Damn, getting eliminated by a rock draw sucks. And the way it's happening so early in the season speaks to how unstable this tribe is. Like, this is the least practical tribe ever, and it's hilarious that they're called Efika. Adam, I'm so sorry to see you go this way, but the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
Zabar de Blanc, Chenoy, Snowblade Couture, Shine de Corbev, Snurbiafa Pelzo, Creambolek Reach, Bamu. Oh.
Well, that vote is certainly more united than the last, but almost too united. Y'all are lucky to still be in the game, so don't take anything for granted, okay? Grab your torches, head back to camp, and have a good night, Efika. This tribe, man, always keeping me on my toes. If I had a nickel for every time a rock draw happens on episode 3 on my channel, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's still weird that it happened twice. I just love everyone on this tribe so much, man. Adam definitely had potential as probably the most normal person in the cast, but everyone on this tribe begs to differ. He still has a beautiful wife that's proud of him at home, so I'd say he won in life. Oh, and in case you want to see the wheel that determined Adam's fate. Ta-da! Poor guy. Petolo tribe dynamics. Athos, Heather, and Kimber formed a name alliance after they put aside their differences from their fights. And I guess Amiya just became the target since all 3 of them jumped on her that day. I feel so bad, but it is what it is. Daphne was led astray by Heather, so she threw away her extra vote. And Basil didn't want to vote for Kimber or Siva, so he opted for Amiya instead, indirectly forming the majority. Efika next. Nothing too much to explain here. The Comedy Club Alliance stuck together, so the rest banded together with Darwin as the glue between Emily and Janae. I'm honestly surprised Emily didn't switch her vote to vote for Janae in the revote. I guess she really thinks she can win an argument against anybody. How will Charlie and Julian fare now that Adam is gone? That's a question for the future. Season chart! Not this chart reaching 8 columns in just 4 eliminations. At least the Blood vs. Water cast waited till the merge to pull this tie votes and shenanigans. I guess in a way it speaks to how much of a mess this season is so far, and I kinda love it. We're moving on to power rankings next, so if you wanna avoid those spoilers, I thank you for watching and I hope you have an amazing week. Power rankings! Hopefully this isn't getting old, but in 3rd place is Lynn! Lynn has strong relationships with her tribe mates and not many issues, so girlie's staying strong. In 2nd place is... Charlie! Finally bumped down from his top spot, but the teen is still playing a strong game. Taking the throne this episode, however, is none other than Raya. With West gone, Raya only continued thriving with strong relationships with the teens and Noemi. This alliance is definitely the force to be reckoned with. All of Savaja is on the top this episode actually. I guess it helps that morale is up, and the other 2 tribes, well, let's say drama makes relationships drop a lot. And that concludes this action-packed episode. I guess I knew a double tribal would use up a lot of time, but I didn't think Efika was going to be so messy. If you enjoyed this video, please do leave me a like down below. It helps the channel out a lot. Also, comment your favorites down below. I love to know who they are. Thank you again for watching, my friends. I hope you have a great one this weekend, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!